Okay, so this video is for you guys who just got out of a bad relationship. You're trying to get back in the dating game. I wanted to give a shout out to all the people who liked the video before it even starts. You guys are, on it. And also, if you're new to this, go ahead and subscribe. But basically, it's like this. Whenever you're in a narcissistic relationship, they mess up your flow. They mess up the harmony that you have with life. So I wouldn't even say that you should automatically go from that bad relationship and just go try to find another one. You need to get back in sync with the world, back in sync with yourself, and find your flow again. You know, you can't just be out here still over analyzing everything that you do and on, all the stuff that goes with being with a narcissistic person. So take your time, find a hobby, find something to get your mind off of it so that you can get back oriented, back in sync with yourself and the world, right? Once you do that, um, it's time to find another person who's, a suitor. Really doesn't matter. I believe that it's about the chemistry more than anything else, but flow is above everything. And you guys know I talk about that all the time, and it's who I am. I am flow. But okay, so it's above technique. A lot of people, we learn like different things from other people. We learn stuff from movies, we read books, and you learn stuff, and then you go out and you try to do it and it doesn't work, and that's the reason why it doesn't work, because you're breaking the flow. Again, as I said in my other video, flow is attached to happiness. It's attached to having a good time. When you get in flow, they say that, time starts to fly. Time flies when you have fun. It's kind of like, it's almost inseparable. Like, you need to be in that flow state for you to be able to, have a good time. If you're watching the clock, it's kind of like, yeah, it's like watching paint dry. The more that you're aware of time, the more boring things are, So for one, don't break other people's flow by trying to use a technique on them, trying to use something, or trying to be somebody else, trying to be funny all the time, let it happen naturally. And that's the thing, okay? So whenever you do use a technique, whenever you do try to pick this person up, or you try to do something that you think is going to make it work, you are breaking the flow. You are going to chop things up whenever you do that. Now, does that mean that you never try anything? No. It just means that that you're risking the magic a little bit to progress things. And that's the only reason why I think that you should break up the flow, is if you feel like things are stagnating, then you go in and you do something that will help. Now, the only techniques I use that I think work is about 3 different techniques whenever you first meet somebody. Now, whenever you first meet someone, you should just be talking. Just focus on what they're saying, and don't even worry about being in flow. Just worry about just talk. Just talk. Don't worry about picking them up. Don't worry about anything. Just talk. All right? So once you get that step down, the checklist goes like this. You need to bring up sex at some point, whether you do it jokingly or not. It's basically to break the ice, to progress things, right? 2, you allow them to know that you're attracted to them. You just say, you're sexy, or something that they're saying is sexy. 3 is like my favorite one, really. It's the touch barrier. I like breaking the touch ice, just because it's like really impactful. So again, you're breaking the flow to progress things. And it's not just whenever you feel like it should happen, because at the same time, it's like, um, you're not God, so you don't know what the timing is supposed to be. It's just like, okay, whenever these things can kind of fit in the situation, you kind of throw that in there, here and there, and you do it very, very, very lightly. You know, you can do it harder, but um, do it very lightly, just for the sake of, not breaking up or not throwing the person off, not messing up the magic where they're just like, now they're thinking about what you're doing, what's going on, and now everything's like chopped up for them. Okay, so you got those three things, and basically you're good from there. Once you hit those three, you're good. And okay, so dang, I lost my train of thought like really bad. All right, so yeah, okay, so you touch the other person. If you're a female, you could just kind of do that, and you don't do all this right at the beginning, but you just kind of do it as a female to a guy. Just let them know that it's okay to touch you. If you feel like you want to do that, then you do it. Now, you don't just do it out of the blue. Do it while you're laughing at something, or and you playfully slap him on the arm or something like that. And he'll get the point. And now with guys, you use touch to kind of gauge where the woman's at. Eventually, she'll turn into like a glider. You know what I mean? Like, she'll start gliding in position. Like, you barely touch her, she starts leaning back and shit. And that's how you know that she's being more submissive. Some of these women hate that word, but it is what it is. And you can go further. So you can use touch as a way of gauging where you're at in the situation. You don't want to overdo any of this stuff. This is something that you barely sprinkle on, and you don't want anything to be too like much of a flow breaking thing. No. Where was I going with this? Flow breaking, blah blah. Ah, dang, I just had it. But yeah, okay, so once that happens, that's cool, and you guys will, if you guys have chemistry, then it's cool. But again, people have like their ideas about like how things are supposed to go. Like, everybody has their own idea about things, so you don't want to be that guy who's trying to be too original. Like, it's okay to be original. Like, if you try to start, like, have your first date, or the type of things that you're talking about, like your conversation and things like that, it's okay to be original sometimes. But again, for the sake of flow, talking about something that people are expecting and going a place where people kind of expect to go can go a long way too. Like, some people, like, they overvalue the whole originality snowflake thing, like, and people get that from movies and things like that. But again, just being the way that it's kind of expected to be, makes it where people can eventually break from that, because they're more comfortable with you. They get into their state, and then they start being their natural self. And then if you guys are both, where you guys have chemistry, then eventually something will come out of it that's, truly original. But don't force originality, And that's going to be the video for today. My mouth is getting kind of dry. But that's all I got. I'm going to do more videos on this, and I'm going to put in a playlist so you guys can watch them all. I've done another video about dating before, but never like from this angle where I'm talking about it from like an angle where women and men can understand. Basically, yeah, this is going to be another series, another topic that I tackle. And leave a like, leave a comment, make sure you subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.